What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV, and before I get into the videos, I always want to remind you that if you are listening to this video and you're not subscribed to Too Raw for TV, please subscribe to Too Raw for TV. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you will be notified whenever a video of mine drops. And also, if you like this content, if you appreciate the content I put on this channel and this video, please hit like. All right. I want to do another video regarding LeBron James and the criticism that he's now receiving. All right. Because of his statements regarding the Hong Kong/China controversy. Now, I just want to talk about this from another angle. And basically, this is what I want to say. Like, basically, I'm very. I want to clarify some things a little bit. You know, I think I pretty much clarified in the other video, but I just want to say that right there, for all of his riches and fame, I don't envy LeBron James right now. You know, I kind of feel for him right now because he's in an impossible situation where he's damn if he do and damn if he don't. This is one of those. This is why some athletes choose not to be political. This is why Michael Jordan chose to go the businessman route, because it's almost impossible to be a businessman and a political activist, especially if you're a minority. It's pretty much impossible, unless you're talking about an issue that is not really controversial. Like, I remember the recently departed T. Boone Pickens. I think he was a multi-millionaire, if not billionaire. And he used to talk about the energy crisis, and he used to have commercials that used to air a couple years ago. See, something like that, something that the vast majority of people can get behind. But when you talk about stuff that can be sort of controversial, it's hard because you're going to alienate people. You know, you're going to alienate people. Like the right don't like LeBron James because he criticized he criticized President Trump. Okay, so those on the right already don't like him, so they're waiting for an opportunity to pounce on him and feign outrage over an issue that 99% of them don't give a fuck about. So with this situation, yeah, I really feel for him. Then on the left, the liberal crowd, you see how they will use you and pretend to be your buddy as long as you say the things that that they want you to say. But once you show independent thought on any issue, like they did with Dave Chappelle, like they do with various other notable minorities, they will turn on you and will accuse you of being the very thing that you're not. So in this instance, I really feel for him, man. I really do feel for LeBron James. Like I said, me personally, there's no right answer for him. I would have kept quiet about it a little bit longer until this issue sort of dies down. That wouldn't have really been a great thing, but I think it's the lesser of the other evils, because you're still going to piss off people that's going to say you're not a leader and you're a coward and you won't speak your mind. But I rather would deal with that than people accusing me of being a sellout. Look at the ramifications already. You got Max Kellerman calling LeBron James a sellout. This is a guy that used to act like he wanted to, sneak into LeBron James' bathroom or locker room just to sniff his jock. Then you got Shannon Sharp distancing himself from LeBron James. This is the biggest fanboy in sports when it pertains to LeBron James. So if these guys are doing it, everybody else is gonna. But you know, I've always said this. I've always believed in this. You never know who your true allies and friends are until the shit hits the fan. When the fires, when you're tested by the fires, when you're in the deepest valleys, not just the mountaintop, but when you're in the deepest valleys, when times are tough, that's when you know who ride with you for real. Like there's real love. But this whole issue with Hong Kong and communist China is very convoluted. I mean, um, basically, you tend to side with Hong Kong. I side with Hong Kong, but at the same time, and this has to be said, and other people have said this too. As an African American male, I have bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worry about our government. I worry about being killed by a police officer. It used to be maybe on a random stop, but now you have to worry about police officers making excuses as far as welfare checks so they can have an excuse to kill a nigga. We got a lot of shit to worry about ourselves in this country. You have these rich, usually white, elite, mostly liberal individuals who have these pet projects they work on, or these pet issues. They're against fur, or they're against meat, and all this other shit. This type of stuff that when you live in second and third world countries, uh, this shit is very, very minute. These issues are minute compared to trying to figure out what clean water you're going to be able to get your hands on to be able to drink. Maybe I'm not going to be able to drink the next couple of days, but maybe I can get some fresh water to drink so I won't die. Get something to eat for my family. Some shelter, clothes. A type of existence that some people live in countries where their normal existence is beneath that of people who are homeless in this country. And I think that's something that a lot of Americans don't really understand, nor can they wrap their brains around. So these type of issues uh, require a lot of thought and a lot of homework. Like I said, I don't know all the issues. I don't know everything. Um, but I know that LeBron James was put in a situation where people wanted him to essentially screw up. The answer that he gave was a bad one in this situation. Politically, it was bad. Like when I read the first sentence, I'm like, nah. No matter, I could tell that he knew what he said was like shit. So he tried to like backtrack it with everything else. But but this is the thing. Uh, the political world will use this against LeBron James. All right. But LeBron James is not a politician. LeBron James is not an elder statesman. He's not a world statesman. He's not an elected official. He's a basketball player. And that has to be always put into perspective when you're talking about this whole thing. He's a basketball player. All right. He's a fabulous basketball player. He's, some people think he's the GOAT. I virtually have him in my top 10. After this year, he will be in my top 10. So he's an all-time great. And this thing right here will be forgotten probably by most in 2 or 3 months. All this controversy, it'll be forgotten in a couple of months. But now you're starting to understand why guys like Michael Jordan are quiet on things like this. Charles Barkley, as outspoken as he can be, he's only outspoken when it comes to certain things. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's a reason why virtually every sports analyst and personality got a memo from their corporate bosses not to speak too much on this issue. Because it's the type of issue that could get you terminated. And it's messed up because that just shows how powerful an ally communist China is. Because communist China, let's not forget, I mean, even though we're in bed with China economically, they own a lot of the United States. We deal with them so much when it comes to trade. But at the same time, let's not forget that they have a communist government. And when I was growing up, communism was equated with evil. I can't forget how many times I used to listen to President Reagan when I was a kid. Well, communism is an evil, and communism must be destroyed. Yeah. My Reagan needs to be worked on. Damn. Well, Michael, you haven't done me in quite a while. Yeah, I know, Reagan. Get your ass back in that grave. But yeah, but it was an evil. You know, you had Bush. He presided over when communism ended. Back in my administration, the wall came down in Berlin. Then you had all these communist regimes. Soviet Union ended in my watch. You know, Michael, you work on my impression as well. Yeah, I know, George Bush. Now get your ass back in your grave too. But anyway, the point is, all levity aside, our country's full of shit. We're very hypocritical. And certain regimes we look at what's going on, and other ones we turn a blind eye to, you know. So that's pretty much it. That's it, man. All right, you know. And if you like this content, if you appreciate it, you know what I'm saying, if you choose to, if you can, hit that donate button if you want to donate to this channel via the Cash App or the PayPal. But I really would more so appreciate if you guys would sign up to the Patreon. I'm trying to do some big things on there this year. On the Patreon, I'm able to talk about stuff I can't talk about on YouTube. I'm not handcuffed on the Patreon like I am on YouTube. So if you can, for only $2 a month, I know you guys got a lot of stuff that you already subscribed to and paid for, but for only $2, you get a lot of content for just $1 every 2 weeks or so. So thank you.